right? So on capital gains tax for buildings, you pay a capital gains tax whenever you have to sell the asset. So you have to put what we term about base cost. Then if there's a relief or rollover relief, you can tick there. Right. So, but this one you can leave it blank. The replacement, if you've got a replacement policy, fill it up. If you do not have, you just leave it. Then the purchase price, how much was it bought for? Right. How much was it bought for? If it is a laptop, probably it was bought for $700. So you're putting in $700. Is it insured? If it is, what value is insured? What is the scrap value? Right. So if there is a scrap value there, we have to put a selling price and that reason. But what is important here is the asset code, the description, the asset type, the cost center, location. These ones are very important. We're going to create locations, purchase date, and the purchase price. These ones have to be put. Right. Then you have to come here, asset serial numbers. So for your laptops, you have to put in the serial number. All right. I didn't put a selling price there. That's why it is complaining. So let's say the purchase price, sorry. So let's put that 700. So do you want to save? Yes, I want to save this. So under serial numbers now, you are putting serial numbers for those products which have got serial numbers. Unit 1, this is the asset. Unit 1, then we are putting the serial number. This is not a laptop. Then again, we have to select what? The location. We are going to create locations. This is very important. So you can track, you can generate from this. So once you have put that, say, okay, all right. Then you have got your book depreciation. You see, you need to understand. I'll explain this. There is financial accounting, which you are taught at school. You are also taught tax accounting. When you are doing taxation, that module, taxation. Okay, I know the way it is taught. You may not understand that you are doing tax accounting, but you are actually doing tax accounting. I wish books could just be written about tax accounting, straightforward books. Of course, with the legislation. But when you are doing the tax module, you are doing tax accounting. So you've got your financial accounting, which is what we are talking about right now. Then you've got your tax accounting. So under this module, you've got what we term book depreciation. This is the financial depreciation, whereby you say, okay, what is the start date? You put a start date of your depreciation. Then if there is a residual value of the asset after the depreciation, you put it. If there is none, then it means that then you, like in this case, depreciation method that we're using, straight line over a period of 6 years. Right. So you put a start date there. When are you going to start charging depreciation? The purchase value is that much. Then by setting up this, automatically the system will calculate your depreciation. This is the financial. Then the tax depreciation now is tax according to ZIMA. It's tax according to ZIMA. So the way you set it up is different. Was it? At times ZIMA doesn't allow you your straight line over 6 years. Because they've got what we term SIA, right? Whereby you claim it over 3 years. Right? Then you've got the wear and tear, whereby they've got different periods for each. So your tax depreciation is different from your book depreciation, right? Then finance. How was this asset or how is it financed, right? In other words, probably you borrowed or you are using high purchase or you are using lease finance. So we have to specify, we're going to create this. Then you can put in the image of the item if you want. Then instant history is to manage the procurement process. Right? We didn't do the procurement, but instant history will give you a history from the requisition, quotations, purchase orders, and everything up to the time it was bought. So here, mostly what is important, I'll just point out, is this asset details tab the asset serial number. If the asset that you're dealing with is very serial number in the book depreciation, was your book depreciation, you want it for your financials, right? Unless if you don't want it to automatically calculate the depreciation, because you may decide and say, my depreciation, I'm going to calculate it on my Excel. Then I'll run through the journals. You're going to see when we do the transactions, right? But this allows you to manage your assets, your fixed assets on evolution, right? It automates your asset register instead of keeping it on Excel. So you'd find here, if you were going to feed in all the assets, they are going to be listed here. Right. So let's go back. Under maintenance, my computer today is a bit slow. I don't know why. I think it's my internet or something. Let's go back to maintenance. Right, maintenance. Right, yes, I think my internet is unstable. Yeah, saying that. So I'm saying maintenance again. Maintenance. Any assets. So we talked about asset block assets. Okay, let's just go there. So you can add this. Normally the block assets is more like a group of assets. Normally we would say myself, I would say just use the individual assets instead of using block assets. So I don't encourage in creating a block because you want to track each asset. They may be in different locations. So we're going to leave that block. Then we've got CapEx budgets. So your CapEx budgets, right? Your CapEx budgets, these are the budgets that you are doing. Like, okay, end of year, you sit down, you come up with your budgets. So you've got your revenue budget, all right, or your operations budget, which shows the sales that you're going to do, your costs, your expenses, the net profit, and everything that you're going to. So that's for operations. That's for your day-to-day. But then you've got what we term a CapEx budget for the acquisition of fixed assets. So you can create it here so that you can now compare when you procure, you can now compare it against the actual purchase. So it all depends what you want to name it. It could be laptops. The budget should be by asset categories. Or you can just say computer equipment, right? It all depends with how you want to name it. So you could just name it computer equipment, right? Then capitalization debt, I'm just going to leave that. Then what are the assets? Obvious, it will be computers in this case. If you want to put in, if it is a replacement, then you say replacement. If they are new, then you say new. Then you add here, right? You must have saved CapEx, say yes, want to save that. Then you are putting up that how much is budgeted, and you probably say 1,000, right? This is just an example. Then you say, okay, right? Then we can always edit. You say, okay. So we have created a budget for the procurement of computer equipment. Now, when we are procuring, the system will look up the budget and we can pull up reports which compare the CapEx budget that we did against the actual procurement of the purchases that we are doing. Then the cost centers, I explained cost centers. So your cost centers, these are your departments, right? So you can just add, we created this one previously. You can add more if you want, right? Then under fixed assets, you've got your departments, just like your cost centers, you can use that. So I'm going to skip that. But now you've got your depreciation methods. So your depreciation methods, these are for your financial accounting. You can change them, right? You can change, like plant and machinery, it's got that straight line, 5 years, 6 years. You can change this, right? Or if you can't change, like I can see it's grayed out, you can create your own by adding. Right? So you can add and say motor vehicles, right? What method are you going to be using? Is it a straight line? Right. Then what is the percentage? 20% for motor vehicles. What is the number of years? 5 years. So you could like type here and say motor vehicles. All right. So you've got your motor vehicles. What is the method? Straight line. What is the percentage? Then you probably say 20% to allow us to do it over 5 years. Then we say that's that. So this is over 5 years. Now, if you don't want to do that, we can just say 5 years there. But normally I want percentage. Normally I want percentage. I want percentage so that you just know what is the percentage per year. See, what is the initial percentage? So again, if the initial is different, it is not, you're saying 20. Then you say, okay. So you can add a depreciation method besides this which are there. Right.
Okay, Yamalon. Okay. Oh, I'm just happy with that one becomes a barrier because my loans that now so far, no so far one page. Salary based. Yeah, they go. Yeah. Yes. Borrow. Yes. Okay, good.
Right. Then right under assets, we've got ledger accounts. Again, these ones you do not have to do anything. They are given. These are your ledger accounts. You'd find you've got motor vehicles at costs. Like these are the accounts I'm talking about. Computer equipment, it costs, the accumulated depreciation, like you do not have to do anything there. Then again, under maintenance, fix the assets. Then you've got your locations. Locations very important. Was your assets, if you were to replicate, the asset register, then you have to put in locations, right? Where is the asset located? So just put in a code there, and then you put the location name. Right. In myself, I'm just using cities. Then you can say, okay. So you'd find, I think you remember when we were trying to create that asset, there was a tab for location. So you pick the location so that you know where the asset is. And then you've got override asset, right? If you want to override this asset, normally you say there is no need once you have created it, but if there is need to override it, okay. All right, then you have got people, normally people, I'm leaving them out because when you create your suppliers, you already have got contact people there. Then you've got your suppliers. If you have got suppliers, normally we already have them via supply. You remember when we are creating our suppliers, you can create also every supplier, those who give you capital goods, your trading stocks and everything. So you can just pick a supplier. If the supplier is not in there, you add just the way I showed you how to add suppliers. Then the take-on balances, we are going to do take-on balances, but these are your opening balance. These are your opening balances. When you are starting with sales evolution, we have to input the opening balances. So here you see the opening balances of the various assets. We are going to appreciate this when we do transactions so that, because after that we do the take-on balance. So you have an appreciation of what the take-on balances are all about. All right. Then you've got your defaults there. So again, normally defaults, I just say leave them. Is there? Do not change them. All right, until you have understood the whole system. So this module is very important. It allows you to manage your assets from Sage Evolution. Most organizations, they manage their assets using Excel. So they do an asset register, which they use, but this system allows you to actually do it here. All right. Then this information, unless we're not going to do this one, but I'll explain what it is all about. It's more like your, what can I say? It's more like your WhatsApp group, like an organization WhatsApp group. Right? I think, yeah, you can relate to that. But this one now is set on evolution. So as long as all of us are connected on Sage Evolution, we are online, we can set up an internal communication whereby if I want to communicate to you, I just send a message, then the message will just pop up either on your laptop or on your desktop. You can reply to me, then I'll see your reply. So this is the information alerts. So it has to be set up. It's like an internal communication tool, which allows you to send messages and receive messages. Uh, alert management. Alert management, just like your incident, this one again now extends to customers. Besides you communicating internally, you can now even communicate with your customers using the alert management. We're going again not to do it because it needs like a setup. We should set it up, link it up with emails and everything. Right? Then a data export. You can export information from Evolution. All right. You can import information into Evolution. So here, that's where you have the parameters, the export templates, the email accounts. So here you set up like you do the setup for the export, you also do the setup for the import. So you can actually import data into Evolution and then process it. So under maintenance, we've talked a lot, and probably I just want you to practice. Then from there onward, now going to transactions, you'd find under transactions, we are going to be visiting some of the maintenance items because they will link up, as you can see, just like your bill of material. We spoke about it here, and we're going to see it here. Your job costing, your order entry, right? Your inventory. So we are going now to transactions, and under transactions, that's when you are now going to better appreciate and understand the system, because we'll be linking up with maintenance. The maintenance, okay, we ran them through, but they were sort of introductory. And probably because you haven't done a transaction, the appreciation may not be that, no, you may not be like grounded. But I know very well once we start doing transactions, you will better understand most of the items. So tomorrow, let's start under transactions. We just go item by item until we finish. That's where most of our time is going to be spent, because we do transactions, we do reports. We do transactions, we do reports. Once you master that, we are home and dry. It means you know Evolution inside out. You also understand maintenance, because we'll be revisiting maintenance from time to time as we do transactions. So I think for today, let's finish here. Then let's meet again tomorrow, same time, same place.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'm going to send yesterday what I did now. I was uploading, because when I'm doing this, I'm using my desktop. So
Okay.
uploading, then before it finished the uploading, I switched off I remember I switched off that phone, that computer, but it didn't finish uploading. So immediately I'm going to upload, then I'm going to send you the links.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, then once again, Panama section, for this. I think I just look at it about just then the procurement section, job costing.
As we show why.
Yes.
All right. No, that's fine. So what we can do actually, I think it's fine, but you can send me, send me those buttons. Just send me on WhatsApp with this button. You remember, yesterday you shared some buttons. Add to those buttons and
Yes.
send me a message so that in I make sure these
Okay.
buttons are there.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let me immediately upload this and send the links to you.
Okay, thank you.